Hello guys, welcome to another GhostsInMind episode. Unfortunately, my camera is not in appropriate condition to be working, so please bear with me with no camera. So today's I would say episode is about the book list that will allow you to have a video game life, and yeah, let's get started. So this is a very beautiful background, right? Anyways, I love it very much. I'll talk about my all my backgrounds one by one and why I chose them. But for today, let's focus on this Chinese proverb on the screen. It's saying "Ji Zhu Zhe Zhongli." Of course, my pronunciation is not bad, but once again I'll say "Ji Zhu Zhe Zhongli," which means he who knows contentment will always be happy. If you know what you don't know and you're happy with that, you will always be happy. Anyways, let's start the book list. I'll tell one thing. The thing about these books is that just reading them will, just even hearing about them, like just watching this video will plant a seed in your brain, in your heart, for you, which you should grow with more reading the book, more doing summarizing, more understanding, more questioning. These are all the things that will allow the seed in your soul, in your brain, in your heart to grow and bloom. Okay, think of this as like a garden. Okay, these books are seeds that will be in you after you watch this video or even hear about these books, and you have to grow them through understanding, through talking about them. Anything, you have to keep doing it over and over. Keep giving the seeds water so that it blooms, it grows very well. Okay. Okay, thank you. So the first book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Excellent book. I would say if you can't read all the books in the list, at least read Atomic Habits. It will set you on a very good path. Okay, so Atomic Habits by James Clear. Tiny habits compound into life-changing results. Okay, focus on systems, not goals. Okay, what does systems mean? Like, see, system is the way a task is completed, and if you are able to have a kind of an approach, okay, that can be repeatable, then you can call it a system. Okay, a approach, a method, a set of instructions that can be repeated is known as a system. Okay, and these do couple of things. They take out the brains, like it reduces the load on the brain. Okay, you have the set instructions. If you follow it, you can kind of get a set result. Okay, a result within a range that you think is good enough, and that allows you to be consistent. And when you're consistent enough, you get confident, and when you're confident, you can overperform. Okay, you can get into that flow state easily. Okay, we'll talk about flow state and everything, but flow state is, like, I would say, the peak effectiveness, because like Bruce Lee always says this as a very important quote: don't think, feel. What does that mean? Like, see, there are times where we can quantify what we are doing. Okay, but sometimes you can't quantify them. Okay, but you still be able to do it, and you'll feel like what you should do at this point. Like, I should, like suppose in football, you see the ball, it's rolling towards you, it's going through with certain spin, certain angle, certain speed. That time you don't calculate the trajectory to hit to get the perfect this thing. That time you can feel, you can see the trajectory even without calculating. That is flow state. Okay, to access that as much as possible will make you very efficient, very effective. Okay, so Atomic Habits, very excellent book that makes you consistent, that allows you to tap into the flow state as much as possible. This one book, I will tell you, Tiny Results, Remarkable Change. This one book allows you to do all of the next all books in a very much more effective way. Okay, so it's an highly recommended book. And focus on systems, not goals. I'll give one quick example. Like a person who's attempting to run in a marathon, even the first gold medalist, he has the similar goal of winning the race, and the guy who did put in work and did show up but did not put effort in appropriate places, but that guy has the same goal in mind, no, like I too want to win the race, but what ends up happening, he does not win. So what's the difference? Like, goal is similar for these guys, but what's the difference? The way they approach the task, the way they approach this is different. Okay, you think a lot of people have this untamed ego within themselves that I can just rise up to any hard task. It's, I would say, that can be done. There are cases where you can be done like that, but the thing is that achieves a bit through the flow state where we can overperform and everything. But I would say one thing: in order to do that, you need to be confident. And a lot of the times, it's not that you can't do it; it's that you yourself won't allow yourself to do it. Your mind will shackle you with less confidence and everything. That's why you can see a lot of. I would not say it's not as what do you say. I'm not attacking them or anything, but bit of ignorant people who don't think as much, okay, and they're able to do it much easier. They inherently were able to tap into the flow state a bit, okay, but people who overthink them, they cannot, and they kind of overthink, they break down and they cannot do it. So that's why focusing on systems allow you to get into that flow state, and regardless of the task, even if it's very high, you're able to tap because you have enough confidence. You're able to tap into flow state and kind of have a better chance to achieve the task. Okay. Next, small consistent actions reshape identity. Another very good thing is that people want to change, right? But a lot of change comes through identity. See, our ego, we have an ego, right? And our ego is like the mixture of our feelings, trauma and everything. So our ego does not want to die. In a short brief thing, our ego does not want to die. It's like I would say a state of our mind, okay? When you're trying to change, you're saying that I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna become a new guy. So obviously it's going to have defense mechanisms, it's going to put in resistance. So what you're going to do is that you're going to slowly change the identity of the ego such that the resistance decreases. This can be done through small steps that give you confidence, and you acknowledging them gives you confidence. Like you putting on running shoes, calling yourself a marathoner, even if you're not doing work, but if you're having awareness of it, it helps you boost your identity a lot. And instead of like trying to win a marathon, try to become a marathoner. Instead of trying to achieve great grades, become a good student, and you will by side effect you'll achieve good grades or you'll win the marathon. Also, you can always say that in a lot of cases, if a student get good marks, you can kind of imply that he's a good student. But if a student, what do you say, if good marks are taken, means good marks are achieved by a student, you can always not imply the student is a good student. Okay, why? Because sometimes outliers exist. So that's exactly. Identity is a bit more consistent. It because you don't have as much resistance. Resistance is like a gambling, but if you change the resistance, you can get more consistent. And outcomes also become much more consistent because your actions are consistent, your thoughts are consistent, your identity is consistent, your system is working well, so your outcomes become into the range of what you want. This is, I would say, a very good step into getting how you want in life, moving where you want, getting results where you want. It's a, I would say, key engine, the daily engine, you can say, for you to run your video game life. Okay. Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg is an interesting book because I have read, as much I have read, that a lot of James Clear's principles and things have come through the research papers of BJ Fogg, and but the book itself, Tiny Habits, has come after Atomic Habits. But it's a good book, and it's slightly more. Some people say it's slightly more practical. This is not. Sometimes it gets a bit more. What do you say? Rigid. It's still very flexible, but it gets a bit more rigid than this. So yeah, this is also a very good book. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm very sorry for not changing the page. Very very sorry. Excuse me. So yeah, Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. Small changes that change everything. Founder of Stanford's Behavior Design Lab. Yeah. Uh, Start microscopic. Yeah. Look, for this, first to start microscopic, I think you need to observe your daily life at first. Then afterwards, you have to start microscopic changes. Then celebrate those successes for it to become. When you celebrate success, you give yourself confidence. It allows you to trickle itself into your identity, and these all then become anchored. Okay, which allows you to further anchor necessary habits. Which further changes your routines, which changes your existing routines for a lasting change. Okay, this is a very good book. I would say similar to the Atomic Habits. I think both should be read because together both James Clear and BJ Fogg do a pretty good system, and it's good to know. It's good to use different techniques at different times. Okay, next book is The War of Art: Breakthrough Blocks. Okay, blocks can be creative blocks can be just mental blocks and everything, and win in your inner creative battles. In life, we need to have creativity because they say that you can do less without creativity. Creativity creates chaos, but if you have discipline, your creativity will be your extremely strong strength, and your discipline comes through your actions and habits, which are like Atomic Habits and Tiny Habits. So that paired with this will actually make you pretty good. Okay, when you're creative in a creative battles, it makes you very good. Okay, and let's see, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Battle exists resistance against whom? Resistance against ourselves, by ourselves. Every creator has an inner sabotage. Yeah, this is very true. Especially for me, I always felt that there was someone who's sabotaging myself, and yeah, like they want to destroy us, they don't want to. So it's a very good book thing, and they don't want us to enforce discipline. They don't want to transform. So this thing will allow you to enforce discipline through habits, similar thing, but it focuses more on thought processes, and it also focuses on the courage, the leap to start doing that small transformation potential into real work. Okay, so it's a kind of mental thing, but also it gives you practical tips. Okay, next, Outlook. These three books I told are about the habits, behavior, and self mastery, which are the daily mechanics, how you actually move forward in life. So it's a good section, I would say, which is a very necessary section. Second would be Outlook, meaning, and resilience. See, these are the things that are within your control. Okay, this outlook helps you see new perspectives, gain new insights, which you can use for you bettering your control. But it is outlook. It's something that's not within your range, but knowing that will help you do things which are within your range. So which is the mental spine, why you keep going, especially under adversity. Under adversity we often break down, but it allows you to keep going, and it allows you to do wonderful stuff. 1 minute, and okay, sorry for excuse me. Yeah, by the way, this is excellent book, classic tribute to the hope from Holocaust. Very good book. 75 years in print, 16 million copies sold. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Logotherapy and his experiences, extremely good book. I highly recommend everyone to read it alongside Atomic Habits. Like alongside Atomic Habits, this, and I would say Power of Now. Those three books are essential, I would say, because those three cover a lot of ground, but the other ones fill in the gaps, and it makes life a bit easier. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. Meaning as survival. Okay. The book will explain a lot of very good stuff, but the thing is that Victor found that in the Holocaust camp, the people who ended up surviving are the people who had meaning. Okay, regardless of the meaning is shallow, deep, or if it is lasting, short term, if it is meaningful. Okay, meaning is like some meanings are meaningful, like I want to go back to my family is meaningful, but I just want to eat hot dog is not as meaningful. But the thing is that he mentions that regardless of this thing, the people who have meaning are the people who end up surviving. Okay, so even in suffering, purpose gives life direction. Okay, purpose gives life direction. It might be hypocritical, it might not be it might be delusional, but it gives you life direction. It allows you to grip life, it allows you to claw into life, saying that I won't let go, I want to stay, I want to hold on. So it gives life direction. Okay, even in the adverse conditions, like in Holocaust, when you're stripped for everything, you have no money, no family, or all family died, even in that place he found himself to give himself meaning to survive and move forward. He did that, like he was thinking that maybe these experiences can serve better to teach and for future generations. In that way he gave himself meaning to survive. Also, an extremely good tool, mechanic, I would say, for every person to have in their life is the knowing that freedom lies in choosing one's attitude towards life. Okay, we cannot often we cannot often choose how life is. Okay, life might be good to us, life might be bad to us, but and sometimes we don't even have choice to do certain actions. But a kind of choice that we always is available to us is the choice of reaction, choice to react how what happened in life. Okay, this choice, it might seem meaningless, like you might not feel it significant, but I would say it's pretty significant for you in your slice of universe. I always believe in this thing, that I don't think insignificance is that much of a problem, because you don't need yourself compare yourself with the universe. You should know what is your position in the larger universe, but I would say that knowing is enough. Okay, awareness of what your position is enough. From there you should only look forward in lens of your universe, what you can control, what you know, what you can influence, no, more likely what you can influence, and that is your universe, and what you want to influence, that is your part of the universe. And in that universe you are the most significant, no other being is more significant than you in your part of the universe. And especially in that, choosing this attitude is extremely significant, I would say, because that shapes your universe. Universe is not just your physical universe, it's also your inner universe, and the mixture of both, the interaction of both. So this is a pretty significant freedom and pretty significant choice to have. Okay, next book is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Great book, the Roman emperor's personal nighttime writings, and he didn't want these books to be read, but they gave a great insight into what you wanted, what you should what kind of life you should think you can live. Okay, Stoic reflections on self mastery. Self mastery is key here. Okay, and Stoic means you say who's a Stoic person? A person who's kind of stubborn, right? Stoic means thinking among ourselves, within ourselves, as I told you, our universe. This is based on that, and self mastery, growth of self within our universe. So this book goes well in hand with the Man's Search for Meaning. Okay, control only your mind, accept what's beyond. This is a very good point. Acceptance is a very good point that allows you to have a very good mental state, and allows you to not exactly breeze through life, but also like in if you kind of understand what's the thing and everything, with along with other books, it allows you to live a kind of like a video game life. Control your mind, accept what's beyond. Virtue and humility, sustain peace among chaos. Virtue, okay, virtue is like I would say like a principles and kind of like the good things that you should be doing. And humility, okay, not being overly arrogant, but having confidence within yourself. Virtue, having confidence, self confidence is a virtue. Overconfidence is a not exactly a sin, but it's close to that. Sustain peace among chaos. Even in the chaotic times, it allows you to have peace, and allows you to like having peace. It might sound less, but peace might be one of the most valuable things to people who are actually live chaotic lives. They might have everything, but if they don't have peace, they'll do everything for peace. Okay, sorry. Next book is Letters from a Stoic. Okay, it's like similar vein to Marcus Aurelius Meditations by Seneca, and it's philosophy as a daily practice. It's a excellent book. Live with clarity. 1 minute. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Live with clarity, moderation, and perspective. This is again outlook and meaning. This is excellent. It allows you to see new perspectives, allows you to have good direction and everything. It allows you to live with clarity. It removes unnecessary thoughts, chaos, and everything. And it allows you to live in moderation, because they say moderation is key. And perspective is a very good book. It gives you a lot of insight. Okay, and an excellent point that the book teaches is that wisdom is tested in adversity. Adversity is like problems and hardships, not in ease. It's an excellent book. I highly recommend this book. I recommend all of these books to live a video game life, but if I have to say choose one, I would say Atomic Habits, then Man's Search for Meaning, then a few more books, which is Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and I would say Anti-Fragile by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Those are very good books. Next, we did the 2 sections, which are habits, behavior, and self-mastery, and outlook, meaning, in resilience. Next would be our inner field, our inside. Okay, this is like our reaction to the outside world. This is the things, the engine. This is the how inner part of our world. Okay, this section. Okay. It's about reactions, awareness, and presence. Okay, our presence, our awareness of things, awareness of ourselves, our presence, our reaction to ourselves. This is very thing. Okay, I would say, if you imagine like this, the habits, self behavior, and self mastery as the engine. This would be like kind of like the pistons. Okay, that keep it running. And this will be like the oil. Okay, this will be like the oil that allows the engine to run smoothly. And understanding reality, decision making, and mental strength, this is like this spark that starts the engine. Okay, the 4th section is the spark. All 4 are extremely necessary, and you need to have a smooth engine. Okay, well oiled engine, right? So inner field, inner field, how you relate to your own mind and emotions. Okay, the first book is Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment, and freedom through presence. Okay, like a lot of people, what they do is they overthink their presence. They think about their presence in future, think about their presence in past, and it kind of just creates chaos and I would not say unhappiness, kind of, and suffering. Okay, yeah, exactly. This is a very good point. Most suffering is in mental time travel. Okay, we think in future, we think in past, but the best thing to do is just return to the present moment to dissolve ego and pain. Okay, ego and pain, they are I would not say exist within past and future, but they also exist in present, but a lot they get amplified in past and future through our own overthinkings and like kind of emotions. But being in present kind of what is in neutralize them, not completely, but bit dissolve them. Okay, extremely good book, very good spiritual, but even if you remove the spiritual thing, very good for mindfulness and everything. Next is the Untethered Soul, Journey Beyond Yourself. Very very good book, and similar to the Power of Now, but it's about inner liberation. Okay, and I would say this allows you, it gives you a lot of opportunities. Like this thing na, you might, I called it an oil, but it's in pair with the outlook will allow you to give a lot of options. Okay, outlook is your reaction to the outside world. This is like setting your inner world. Okay, and the interaction between those both allows you to take certain actions, allow to think in certain way. But a lot of people think only the outside world is very good, but this you have more control over your inner world, so you can, it gives you technically more choices by mastering your inner world rather than your outside reactions. They help you cope with the outside world, they even give you new perspectives, but these both together give you your choices. And this allows you to have a lot more choices, I would say. So observing your thoughts, The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. It's New York Times bestseller. Everyone likes that, but okay. Inner liberation. Observe your thoughts, emotions as passing energy. This is a very good thing in mindfulness. It's often taught to observe your own thoughts. That allows you to thoughts and emotions. That allows you to kind of separate yourself from yourself. That allows you to take objective decisions rather than subjective with kind of emotions, ego, pride in hand. Okay, stop clinging and find peace in openness. A lot of things I would say is that peace is very much needed. Okay, because without peace you kind of become insane over time. Even like insanity is not through actions, sometimes insanity is through thoughts, and these degrade yourself, your identity to the point that your actions become insanity. And having peace will allow you kind of to neutralize that. So yeah, Untethered Soul is an excellent book. Observe your own thoughts and emotions as passing energy, and stop clinging and find happiness in openness. Next book would be Wherever You Are, There You Are, by Jon Kabat-Zinn. I hope I spelled it right. Mindful Meditation for Everyday Life. Excellent book. 30th anniversary. I'll just say one thing. This is probably the best cover of the book, of the all books I have seen till now. So Wherever You Are, There You Are by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Mindfulness in Ordinary Life. Awareness itself is healing. Yeah, this I would say is very true for me, at least in my experience. Awareness itself is healing in a way, because that kind of allows you to see a new perspective, see a path that give you the healing path. Okay, life happens only in now. Again, similar to the Power of Now, life happens only in now, so not in future, not in past. And removing them removes your power of your pride, ego, everything and everything. It's good book. And in attention, like in attention is necessary. Why? Because a lot of times what we do is we just breeze through life without attention, without not paying much attention. But attention is necessary, and not in striving. Okay, like in attention, not in striving. Like we just run. But it's actually in attention, not much in striving. Next is the international bestseller, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Very very good book. Very very good book. This is this is the part of the section of the framework, understanding reality, decision making, and mental strength. This is about outer navigation, how you deal with uncertainty, choices, and building a strong mental framework. So the mental outlook is, these both seem similar, but This deals with you and the outside world reaction. This kind of deals much more on the outside world part, less about you. So imagine it like that. So okay. Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Your brain is in two systems. So this thing is that we have a fast and automatic brain, and we have a slow and calculated brain. Our fast and automatic brain was an evolutionary thing that allowed us to survive till now. It makes a lot of biases and fallacies, which allows us to survive, but are frankly, factually, and objectively wrong. Our slow logic allows us to break these biases. So having awareness, as they told, and wherever you go there, your awareness is healing. Awareness of your own brain heals you from certain biases and fallacies, which are extremely prevalent in today's society, and extremely strong also. They're like, I would say, people say that I feel like I'm being run by a ghost. I feel like a puppet on strings. These are the things that what do you say, control your strings. Okay, the fast intuition versus slow logic, learning biases, question assumptions, and think more deliberately. This is extremely necessary in today's world. Why? Because you will be thrown left and right by the world if you don't question your own biases, don't see your own fallacies, don't acknowledge them. You'll be thrown around by yourself, by your own actions. And if you're not questioning more, thinking more deliberately, then it will be kind of your life will be very unintentional, and unintentionality feels like you don't have less make you feel like you have less agency, feels that you are living a life that is set by others. And especially for a video game life, this is an extremely necessary part to break through. Okay, next book is Anti-Fragile by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Black Swan is an excellent book, man. He wrote Black Swan. It's an excellent book. I have to read it. And things that gain from disorder, enduring volatility is one thing. About what about benefiting from it, the ultimate model to aspire to. It's an excellent book. Anti-Fragile, beyond resilience. Okay, what is fragility? Fragility is that you break under like stress. Okay, anti-fragile is that you're going beyond that. You're going like the thing is fragile. You're going beyond resilience, like beyond that thing. So you don't just survive volatility, but you benefit from it. Okay, benefit from chaos, benefit from volatility. This is an extremely good thing, good type of thinking to have. Good in objective sense, because our world is objectively chaotic, and in our perspective, it becomes more chaotic because we don't have a lot of control over life. Even in control, external chaos will be very volatile, and if you're able to benefit from that, you extend your control a lot more. Okay, you improve your agency, you seek more optionality. Okay, you can reduce your randomness, and it is very good. Okay, so seek optionality, randomness, and stress to grow stronger. Okay, grow stronger, grow better, and this is a very good thing, and especially in a random and chaotic world and environment. Next, Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Oh, sorry, I did not change the book. Flow by Mihaly. I can't read the second part of his name. I'm very sorry. The Psychology of Optimal Experience. Important. Illuminates the way to happiness. Okay, it's extremely good book. All of these are extremely good book. It's like curated selection, I would say. The Art of Deep Engagement. Yeah, this allows you to get into the flow state much easily, and immersion and flow state. It gives you a lot of dopamine. It gives you a lot of good dopamine, not the bad dopamine, and that's what dopamine was meant for, immersion. So that it's a complex topic, but I will talk about it later. But and also time is, it's like almost 34 minutes. I still have to take some questions from the audience. Yeah, meaningful immersion turns work into joy. Especially we find our life joyless now, and in order to turn it into video game life, we need this a lot. This is a very useful thing. Design life a challenge matched by skill. Okay, we make our life, we design our life for challenge matched by skill, and this especially thing allows you to this challenge, but also your skill. In between these both things, our flow state exists. So if you're able to design life in such a way, you'll frequently tap into flow state, which gives you a lot of joy and a lot of that video game type feeling. Okay, so few questions by our audience. So from the first section, someone said, you said habits are the engine of the life. How do you personally build momentum when motivation drops? The thing is that people kind of overestimate their own willpower, right? A lot of people overestimate their willpower, overestimate what they know. Like they think they can just do it on a drop of a hat, but it's much harder than that. It's much harder than that. So what can you do? You can do it through your mental systems, your physical systems, and these will allow you to carry on momentum. How do they do them? Suppose let's say you're going for a daily run, okay, and you're going for a daily run, and suppose someone gives every day you go there, they give you $100. If you go for a run, even if you just show up there, they give you $100. Okay, so even in the worst condition, you'll still show up. Now $100 is a lot of money. You still show up for that thing. It's like some days, like if you show up for that $100 every day, what's that? 36,500 just by showing up. Okay, just by showing up. Then imagine showing up for kitchen. Okay, just eating food, you get another $100. Just sleeping early gets another $100. Like that, 8 habits. Okay, 8 into 100, 800 into 365. What's that? Let me just check. Where I'm very sorry, I'm just checking. So it's like 29. Wait a minute. It's oh my god. It's 290. It's almost $300,000 just by showing up. Okay. So yeah, like but imagine if no one gives you that money. Okay, but that money, like they say now, time is money. So you are able to give yourself time, you are able to give yourself happiness, which are more than that $100. It can be more than that $100 every time. So that will be kind of a motivation, even if the momentum, even if this thing, but also sometimes that momentum just carries over. Yeah, like I don't like what is like after waking up, what will be your thought process? Like if you already have a set habit of washing your face immediately or praying to God, okay, that's the first thing your brain will seek to do. Okay, because it's like you're in a chaotic environment, you don't know what to do. So that's the brain does what it knows the best. So building habits that allows you to take a certain path. It's like building like a small canal. So when flood happens, that water goes in that specific canal. You understand? So that habits are like canals in your brain. That's what they say. Between so second person asked, between atomic habits and tiny habits, which one changed your day to day the most, and how do they differ in practice? I will say one thing. I did not read Tiny Habits completely. I did not implement that. Atomic Habits also I am implementing partially. But I would say for me, what drew me in this whole thing, led me in making this YouTube channel and everything, is Atomic Habits. So ultimately, I would say Atomic Habits. But I will do this. I'll definitely do this in-depth difference between the both, and I would say both are necessary. But I would say for now, in practical purposes, Atomic Habits is much better package. There's a reason why it's sold so much. So I would say for now, Atomic Habits. but how do they differ in practice and how has it changed my life day to day, I will explain them in a different video. Thank you. What's one habit you built from BJ Fogg's anchor method? From Atomic Habits, which is based on the BJ Fogg's anchor method, is I would say one thing I did was after waking up, I pray every day. I also drink water. So in between this, I have added this very small habit of just going and saying good morning to all my family members. And also I have made this habit to fold my bed sheet every day. These are the small things I have built. In War of Art, the resistance is described universal. What does resistance feel like you, and how do you catch it in action? For me, resistance feels like fear. Okay, what if I fail here? I don't want to do this. Let's stick to status quo. If we break out of status quo, we don't have the capability to survive what's beyond the status quo. Okay, that's the kind of feeling I feel in my mind, but I have made I have made to trust myself. I have given myself confidence through atomic habits, through tiny habits, through my outlook in life, that allowed me to kind of see it in action, have that awareness to see it in action, but also kind of convince it, like, come on man, let's, we have, trust me, I'll take care of it for you. So just do that. Do you think discipline is born from structure or emotion? Both, definitely both. You need to have emotion in life. But I would say structure plays a bit more role initially. Okay, it gives you that boost initially, but emotion, it kind of like is like again I would say like what word do I say? It's like kind of like the buffer. Okay, having that emotion gives you buffer, but structure allows you to be more consistent than emotion. Okay, emotion allows you to go kind of beyond. Okay, your pride, your joy, everything, these things allow you to go beyond, but your structure allows you to keep this thing. So I would say mostly structure. Okay, but a bit of emotion is also needed. Because you need to have love for yourself. I don't think anybody without love can kind of discipline themselves enough through structure, because that's very very I would say rigid and very very harsh upon yourself. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't change the screen, right? It's still a flow state. I'm very sorry. I mean, like, let's keep different atom. Yeah. How would you summarize your current system, and what are the two, 3 daily levers that move your life forward? I would say one thing that keeps me consistent is daily folding my bed sheets, because I didn't used to do it before, and it's something that I always felt was something I could not do, but that's what something I do. And another would be brushing my teeth. That yeah. But one thing I made myself to do is make YouTube videos, or at least like think in philosophical way, think in better way. That is an extremely great thing I made to do for myself, and also say that I love myself, I'm proud of myself. These are the things I have built in my current system. There are some bad things, there are some things I have to kind of part in my system that I have to kind of neutralize or kind of change. But yeah, I will tell about my system later, but for now this is all that is. Someone's stuck in endless planning, which of these 3 books would you recommend? Okay, you say Atomic Habits, Tiny Habits, or this thing. Obviously the War of Art, like if you're stuck to something, you need to be actionable, but Atomic Habits allows you to be actionable over a long time, but this is actionable over a short time, I would say. Okay, next, how did man search for meaning change you? Yeah, man's search for meaning was a big change for me, because I couldn't view suffering anything other than suffering, but it allowed me to see various more opportunities, various more not opportunities, perspectives, but that allowed me, that new perspectives allows me to see more opportunities in life in general. I could see suffering as something that I can bear as long as there's meaning for. So it allowed me to kind of be more specific of my suffering, I would say, like be more specificity with my suffering, choose my own suffering in a way, and gives me agency. So that's this is an extremely core part of video game life. What do you think is difference between having a purpose and needing meaning? um, these are big questions, man, but and my brain is kind of not braining, but what's the difference between having a purpose and needing meaning? Okay, let's think it in this way. Okay, purpose, I would say purpose is like wait, let me what is purpose? I'm not searching for anything else other than purpose. I'm very sorry. The intention, yeah. Intention. Then what's meaning? What's meaning? What's the difference between purpose and meaning? Purpose is like the, I think it has also the action part in it. Okay. Meaning is the purpose of an experience. Okay. That's interesting. Wait. Interesting. Very interesting question. Meaning is interpretive. Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's the story you tell yourself about why something is significant to you, to others, and to existence itself. Yeah, it's emotional. Purpose is directive. It's about function, what role you play. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Meaning is interpretive in nature. Purpose is directive. And why did like for question, like example, why does this matter? And purpose is like what I am here to do. It's like more about function, and it's more about story. Both are very important. And what was your question again? What was your question? Yeah, having a purpose or needing meaning. Like needing me gives you a story. Okay, like okay, for example, both work in like both can do their work, but they have different kind of use cases. Like suppose you have some bunch of Roman soldiers, you can tell them that it is their purpose in life to die in order to protect their families. They'll be able to accept that because they grew up from that. They know that it's their duty and they can do it. Okay, it's much more about functionality, that them dying allows other people to live, allows them to live better. But what about people who never fought in their life? They don't even think that they have duty, but you give them a meaning, you give them a story. It's kind of like delusion. Okay, it's kind of like a magic trick. Okay, it allows you to trick someone. Okay, it's not necessarily bad to give yourself into delusion as long as you're aware of it. Because sometimes you need to get the job done, no? Or sometimes you need to sometimes you need to make sometimes even if you get the job done, if you're not mentally sane, you will not allow yourself to live properly. You'll sabotage yourself. So giving you meaning will kind of break that sabotage and kind of reduce that. And which Stoic text, meditations or letters from Stoic hits you deep? Definitely both, I would say, but meditation is much more personal in a way. That's all I would say. I didn't read much of latest of Stoic, even meditations, not much. I just read the kind of abridged version, which is not necessarily needed. And but yeah, Marcus Aurelius had today's chaos, social media burnout, and how do you think Stoicism would adapt? Stoicism would, I would think, would feel a bit more about I think taking responsibility, being aware of yourself, aware of your own thoughts, because a lot of junk is being force fed in our brains, a lot of ideas and everything. So it will become more about awareness, it will become more about agency and everything. Okay, Frankl talks about choosing one attitude, have a yeah, exactly. It gives me I was preparing for my exams. I often prepared bad. The story I told myself was that I love myself, I'm proud of myself for coming this far, and I will be with myself regardless of what is the outcome. This allowed me to pass that thing. How do you balance acceptance, stoicism with ambition? It's about responsibility, it's about increasing your kind of your ability. When you increase your ability, your ambition, your ability should kind of be in the same trajectory. Yeah. Okay, listen. Your ability and systems around your ability should be in such a manner that if you given enough time and given enough time, you should also you will be able to reach the your ambition. Your trajectory of your ability and your path in life should be in such a way that given enough time, you should be able to reach your ambition or come close to it. Okay, you should also have the buffer of life. Okay, so stoicism is like the mental part that allows you to grind, and this ambition is like the system and the path that allows you to go reach that thing. What's one mental habit that makes you emotionally tougher? I would say loving and accepting myself. Reaction, awareness and presence. Okay, when did you first realize you're not your thoughts, and was it through meditation, crisis, or gradual insight? Definitely crisis. Always crisis. It was same thing. I think through the exams I felt like my thoughts were very bad and very bad shape and very bad place, but I always felt that I was beyond my thoughts, and being proud and being loving myself allowed to conquer them. How do presence of now and untethered soul differ in approach to presence? I have read The Power of Now, but not Untethered Soul, so I can't really accept that. But whatever questions you have, I will eventually answer them in a separate section of videos, I would say. What's one everyday habit you used to return to now? I don't. It's sad, but I don't. But if I had to choose one, it would be taking 5 breaths in and giving 5 breaths out again and again and again. That allows me to return to now. Do you feel like mindfulness can dull ambition, or does it sharpen it? I would say mindfulness is like a grinder. Definitely, it can dull your ambition or it can sharpen it, depending on. I would say one thing: it first dulls your ambition. Okay, it brings you closer to reality, but then it allows you to see a larger amount of perspectives, larger amount of this thing that actually sharpens your ambition. What is the hardest emotion for you to observe without reacting? I would definitely say hardest emotion would be kind of like an insecurity for myself, which is like, I would say, envy, not envy only. Definitely envy, not against others, but against what I could have been. That regret, that's part of the envy part, I think. Yeah. If someone feels too in their head, which book would you suggest them? Power of Now, definitely. It's one of the 3 books that I would say core essential, along with Atomic Habits, Man's Search for Meaning, Power of Now. Those are very good. How do awareness bring into fast paced? How do you bring into stressful moments, not just the calm moments? Awareness allows me to cross check my thoughts. So in fast paced and stressful moments, you don't want to make it even more stressful, na? So cross checking my own thoughts allows me to calm myself down in a way. Understanding reality, decision making, and mental strength. Which book has shifted how you think? Kahneman's Logic, Taleb's Chaos. Kahneman's Logic, definitely. I would say, I'll be real. Kahneman's Logic book is the one of the few books I've read here completely. Nicholas Taleb's Anti-Fragile I have read, but not completely. I didn't even touch Mihaly's flow, but Kahneman's Logic, definitely. Can understanding your biases, Kahneman, actually help you make better life decisions or just make you more self-aware of your flaws? This I would say 100%, because a lot of people don't know how much their biases, fallacies in their mind actually affect their life. I think having them will actually gives you a lot of agency, lot of agency. So yeah, it definitely helps. And it also in after beyond that, it makes you self-aware of your flaws, which again gives you a lot of agency. How do you personally apply anti-fragile? One area of life where you have become stronger through stress. I have seen it always in this way, that I have good adapting powers. I trust in myself. So even if I go through stress now, over time I'll adapt to stress. So and that's, like, I would say stress is like the thing that helps you grow the most. So I try to put myself in control stress, not stress that will help break me down, but something that will help me grow, but also is enough that it allows me to gain confidence. Do you think true mental strength is learned or remembered? Definitely learned. Like but I think true mental strength is comes through acceptance, in a way, like accepting where you are now. From there you can go on further. That initial step is extremely important. Flow is described as a deep immersion of joy. What activity that puts you into flow without effort? Things like this, man. Things about talking about stuff that I know. I don't even check time. It's like it's almost 56 minutes. I didn't even check time. For me, it just felt like 10 minutes. I keep speaking. It just feels like 10 minutes. This is the immersion, I would say. Yeah. If someone constantly overthinks their decisions, what mix of ideas would you give them to start seeing more clearly? Definitely. First, removing biases and fallacies removes almost, I would say, 80% of whatever extra additional overthinking is. Then having that actionable state and reducing fear of failure and stress will allow you to kind of get ahead, I would say, through this. What's your meta framework, the mindset that ties all this? My meta framework is that I treat almost everything in this universe in a sense like tools. Okay, that's something that I can use. I can always use them. I can always put them down again. This allows me to have kind of like a neural plasticity in my brain, and that's I would say one thing. If you could give yourself one book from this list, which would it be and why? Obviously, Atomic Habits it's what kickstarted my journey in this path. How do you see these four categories: habits, meaning, and awareness, and thinking connect? Habits is the engine, meaning is like kind of like the pistons, awareness is like the oil to keep without engine nothing can run, without pistons the engine itself cannot run, without oil the engine slows down, it cannot run proper, the pistons cannot move properly, and without thinking the engine itself does not start. After reading all of these, what's your personal definition of mastery? My personal definition of mastery is that, in a sense, that you need to be aware of what you know, what you can control, what you don't know, and what you can't control. Be content within that, okay, and you're able to have this steady trajectory to increase your control and your what do you say? What is within your control? What did I say? What you know and what you can control, increasing the steadily trajectory okay, while having kind of like ambitions, reaching those ambitions, being proud and looking back, that is, I would say, is mastery. After certain point, you will be able to repeatedly tap into flow, right? That I would say is mastery. What book do you think everyone misunderstands the most, and what's the truth behind it? uh, I think all of these books are pretty well understood, but in my opinion, I Atomic Habits was what it said it was. War of Art was what it said it was. Flow was what it said it was. The Power of Now. Power of Now, I would definitely say. Power of Now, everyone thinks like a spiritual thing, but it's and it's not as needed. But I think it's equally important as every other book. So people deeply understand it. Same goes with the all of the books of the not the Outlook, reactions awareness, like Power of Now. What books are? Power of Now, Untethered Soul, and Wherever You Go, there you are. These books, people think kind of underrate them, kind of say them they're not that good, but they are definitely needed. What's the next layer beyond this? Once you mastered all your habits, awareness and thinking, enjoying life, I would say. Beyond that, having I would say is creation, destruction, and enjoying life is what I would say is the next layer beyond this. Okay, so that's all the questions I took for now. I'll definitely answer much more better, like stuff like difference between Atomic Habits, Tiny Habits, stuff like difference between Marcus Aurelius, Letters from Seneca, difference between Untethered Soul and Power of Now. These are all the stuff I'll talk about in a future video, but for now, good luck in life, live happily. This is the, I would say, kickstarted to video game life, which is a video I already made about video game life, and why you should live like a video game, because we a lot of majority of population enjoys playing video games. There is a reason why, no, this is an inherent reason why, even an non-inherent reason, but that definitely is. And lastly, saying the thing about this thing again, Jizuge Shongle, he who knows contentment will always be happy. Okay, so knowing what you know, what you can control, will always make you happy, because from there you can always go ahead or go upper. Okay, thank you, good night.